During the past, there have been very bad tsunamis that have caused a lot of damage and that even killed people. Once in 1960, there was a tsunami in Chile and it traveled all the way to Hawaii. Many disasters have caused houses to break and have even killed people. Some disasters even made people homeless. Some tsunamis have been very devastating in our past, and those tsunamis may affect us in the future. Tsunamis can cause buildings to crash and even flood all the way up to the ceiling. If you got stuck in the water, you would probably drown and die. All the tsunamis in the world ever have killed over 1 million people. That is how dangerous tsunamis can be. Tsunamis can really be annoying because if you have something really special on that day, it can get ruined by a tsunami. If there is a tsunami, you should try to evacuate as quick as you can so you don't have to stay and possibly die or become homeless. These are some reasons why you should evacuate before a tsunami comes, because I bet you wouldn't want to become homeless. These are some reasons about what kind of disasters tsunamis can cause and how they can affect how you live your life. Maybe a disaster may hit you one day, but I expect that you wouldn't want that to happen to you.
Have you ever seen a tall wave? Imagine that times 20. That's a tsunami. I will teach you what tsunamis do. They mash onto land with the force of a wall of concrete. They will also destroy or drown almost anything in their path. Tsunamis can crush trees like twigs and huge structures like a wooden box. While doing this, they shoot cars and pieces of buildings like missiles out of a launcher. Tsunamis are so powerful that they can even shift the beaches. Their status is usually unnoticeable to disastrous. They can be less than a foot at sea. Finally, it may take days for waves to get back to their normal sizes. Tsunamis can be more effective when people are around. I'll tell you why. They will kill almost anyone who sees them and forces everyone to leave their homes. But the worst tsunamis do is to the human resources. When they hit land, they mix fresh water and salty water and leave debris everywhere. When humans drink that salty water, they will get sick. And if nobody knows, the majority of the town or city will end up sick too. Also, it can take months for everyone to earn back their money, leaving many homeless.
Tsunamis cause destruction, death mostly, and physical problems. They also kill animals. Many people that get hit by a tsunami never forget it. Others try to forget about it so they won't have to worry about it. Tsunamis destroy almost everything in their path, sometimes entire islands.
Those are the things that tsunamis can do to humans and their lives.
There are two ways to measure a tsunami: by power and by how high it is. Scientists measure the power by seeing how much debris is left when a tsunami hits. Scientists also measure tsunamis by the dead trees and other plants that got killed by the salt water. The other way that they measure a tsunami is how high it is. Two devices that a scientist use to measure a tsunami are a tsunami buoy and a tsunami meter. The tsunami buoy is anchored to the sea floor and it sends information to the buoy that has a scientific instrument that relays the information to the command center by satellite. There are also two modes for the buoy. One is standard mode, the other is event mode. Event mode is when the buoy thinks there's possible tsunami activity and sends information every 1 minute. Standard mode is when the buoy sends information every 15 minutes and it reserves buoy battery. News are cool, like the tsunami buoy or the tsunami meter, and they help us stay alive.
Today you are going to learn about where tsunamis happen. Tsunamis mostly happen under or around the Pacific Ocean because that's where most volcanoes and earthquakes happen. There are so many volcanoes in the Pacific Ocean that they call it the Ring of Fire. Scientists need to warn Hawaii because over the past 1,000 years, many tsunamis have happened around there. Australians have experienced tsunamis over the past 1,000 years. In May, a magnitude 9.5 earthquake in Chile generated the largest tsunami recorded along the eastern coast of Australia. A tsunami reached the Australian coast on July 17, 2006, generating a magnitude 7.7 earthquake. In conclusion, you should be aware because you never know when a tsunami may occur.
Tsunamis are able to go up to 80 miles per hour. They also can grow up to 100 feet, which could really cause a lot of damage. Tsunami waves are not like normal waves. They can grow bigger than normal waves. They also can go faster, and especially they can cause way more damage than other waves. One reason how tsunamis can be caused is by a sudden physical disturbance to the ocean floor. Another way is from a clashing meteor, but that isn't very common. They also can be caused by volcanoes and earthquakes. Also, they can be caused when the water pushes an even larger amount of water. Some tsunamis can be so dangerous because of the stuff that they're caused by. Some tsunamis can be so dangerous because of the stuff that caused the tsunamis to happen. Some of the tsunamis have been so dangerous that they have broken buildings because of the way they were caused. Also, some tsunamis can travel all across the ocean. It is important to know that tsunamis are not tidal waves because tsunamis are way more different than regular waves. If you think a tsunami is a tidal wave, you are wrong. First of all, tsunamis cause much more damage, and they are caused by different things. Today you will know about some historic tsunamis that had a big impact on people who got caught in it. There was a tsunami in 1755 that killed 60,000 people. Another time, there was a tsunami in 1958 that almost reached 1,720 feet, but only killed 2 fishermen. There was a girl who got caught in a tsunami. She survived by holding on to a palm tree for 8 hours. There was a tsunami in 2004 in Thailand that killed more than 200,000 people, hit 10 other countries, and left a lot of people homeless. It was pretty devastating, and to think it was only 13 years ago. There was a tsunami in Papua New Guinea, but the people didn't know that tsunamis were in the area. Then they saw a sea drawback and a 33-foot tsunami tower over them. Some ran for their lives.
I will teach you how to help people who might have or might encounter a tsunami. Some people raise money for people whose lives have been ruined by the effects of tsunamis. Other helpers prepare people for a tsunami that is coming. Also, there is a place called the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, the PTWC. The people who work there observe tsunamis to see if they did or can create a tsunami. Now I will teach you how to react to a tsunami in tips and situations. If you are in a boat deep at sea, stay there. If a tsunami happens, because they are very small and deep water. To add on, you should always have an electronic near you when a tsunami happens. This is so you can hear important messages from the experts. If you hear or see something like an earthquake or the water pulling back further than normal, run away. Something to know that the time you have to escape can depend on where you are, where you live, and where the tsunami is. Finally, I have to tell you one more tip after you get back from the tsunami hit area. You should not go near standing buildings because they might not be stable anymore and collapse. So, that's all you need to know.